With festival and event season fast approaching, you and your product deserve to be the center of attention.
With a unique mobile event trailer from Brant Mobile Rentals, you can leave your 10x10 pop-up tent packed out.
The trailer features 2 serving windows, multiple size fridges, and 4 taps for kegs on board, just to name a few features.
And a non-branded trailer allows you to add your own personal touch.
Visit BrantMobileRentals.ca or reach out for more information via email to info@BrantMobileRentals.ca
Or on their Instagram at Brant Mobile Rentals. Welcome to the Craft Beer Connoisseurs. I'm Chris.
I'm still Tyler.
And I'm still Brett. And along with us again is producer, well, he's still Aiden.
That
He
is
is.
still Eden.
Yep, it is.
Yeah,
It
still not the brewer of Shakespeare.
Not this
Well,
one.
not that one, yes. I mean, Aiden is technically still a producer.
No. Our producer is still not the brewer
No,
of Shakespeare.
he's just a producer. I don't actually know what he does in his real-time job.
His real-time job. You might not believe this, but he is a glove model.
Like online or like Sears catalog kind of style?
Sears catalog's way gone, bud.
I know.
Are you talking like OnlyFans? Like,
Oh, only
Like-
hands, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, between him and Edward Scissorhands, top 2 guys on Only Hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Aiden is
Also,
like,
Edward 40 hands as well, just so you know.
Oh, what is that?
So you have 40 in each hand. Have you ever seen How I Met Your Mother?
No,
Ah, there's your problem.
no,
There's your problem. We're not talking about how I met your mother,
No.
no,
No.
but I can tell you how I did meet her.
or hands.
Please explain.
What are we talking about, Chris?
We're talking about instant beer.
There's not beer here.
No,
I thought this was going to be like one of those, like, I Dream of Genie, like, wink beer. No?
no.
Okay.
So, you may be familiar with instant coffee. So instant coffee in the morning has provided people for a long time with that caffeine kick who, may be running behind schedule, can't brew a cup of coffee, that sort of thing.
So people with poor time management is what you're saying.
Yeah. Or like they don't just brew their coffee at night and then set it on timer for it
So
to be
here's the
ready
thing.
in the
I'm
morning.
never
Yeah.
behind schedule in the morning because I don't brew coffee.
I don't either.
Well, you
We're
could
always on time, aren't we?
Always on time.
still be behind schedule, just not with your
I've never
coffee.
been behind any schedule.
The only time I've been behind a schedule is when I was supposed to be here at this certain time and I was 15 minutes late.
Every recording.
Hold on, this was the only time you've been behind
Every-
schedule?
Actually, to be honest with you, I've been doing a lot better than you lately. So,
Hey, whatever.
You know what? I personally have been here every single time on time.
That's true. That's why I say around a time.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyways, but what if I told you you could have that similar, quick and easy package, but for your beer?
like in the morning?
Or in the afternoon or in the evening? Or...
I would say that you're probably some kind of wizard because I don't
Ooh.
believe it exists.
I don't either. Please explain.
There is, thanks to a German monastic brewery called, I am 100% going to butcher this,
You got this. Come on. You got this.
Klosterbrauerei Neuzelle.
Close. Klosterbrauerei.
Sorry?
Klosterbrauerei.
Okay. Neuzelle. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Neuzelle Cluster Brewery. That's what I'm going to say, yeah.
It's backwards.
Well, this might
Yeah.
be a reality very soon. Okay. So this beer has developed what they describe as the world's first powdered beer.
That does not sound good at all. I'm going to be honest with you.
No, it doesn't sound good.
There's
for sure.
There's certain things in this world that maybe might not be better powdered form. Milk,
milk,
Yeah.
gravy,
gravy.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to powder it?
cheese.
Mashed potatoes?
Cheese. Mashed
Yeah,
potatoes. I'm going to say 100% unequivocally, anything in powdered form is not as good as the original form.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, have you ever tried making like powdered Gatorade? Your own?
Or same thing.
Right?
Yes.
Not a chance it
Like the
tastes as good
lemon
as...
lime
Yeah.
powder version is dog poo-poo.
Disgusting.
Not a fan.
Not at all.
Now, Chris, I'm glad that you mentioned this though,
Oh, thanks.
because currently this is a 0 alcohol. So not only
Oh,
are
drag.
you getting a powder beer, but you're getting it sans alcohol.
Dry.
0.0 ABV is what we're saying
Quite
here.
literally, this beer is dry beer. Okay, it comes in a powder form. There's high dextrin beer that was brewed in its very typical fashion before it was actually then processed and turned into a powder or kind of like a granulate. So it might not be full on powder. There might be a little bit more of a larger particle to it, but it still dissolves into water.
Okay.
Interesting.
So this was developed with the funding from the German Federal Ministry of Economic Affairs and Energy. And a collaboration, well, who could have thought that one? Well, collaboration with other unnamed technology partners.
That scares me from a German perspective.
The unnamed part.
The
and then
unnamed technology partners.
Yes.
They worked with BMW.
Well, what I was thinking is, I mean, they've got a history of IBM. So who are their technology partners?
I don't want to know.
The people that can turn liquid into powder.
And then powder back into liquid.
Yeah.
What a brilliant idea.
That seems like a non-cost-effective way to do things, but okay. So with this product, the brewery wants to change how beer is made by shortening the process and using less raw materials and energy.
Okay.
So it plans to
Chris, you did not seem sold on that. Okay.
It plans to market the powder beer in small quantities until mid-2023 to test the product's reception. I don't know how the product's reception is going so far. I don't know if there's any research on that.
Well, we have to wait to the middle of 2023 as it states.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So a couple more months, we'll have maybe a bit more of a product review and maybe some quantifiable like statistics or at least studies that show what kind of the sales were like, what kind of the reception it had within the public.
And I get non-alcoholic beers are kind of starting to become another craze now, right? Look at Bellwoods doing all their non-alcoholic stuff, right?
Sure, there's nothing wrong with that. And one thing we kind of talked about a little bit offline here was producer Ada mentioned that there are uses for this. Is if you wanted something that you had the taste of beer on like a camping trip, right?
Yeah.
So the actual packaging of this would be a lot less because all you need to do is maybe pick up that, 3-gallon bottle of water, take that with you, and then you could still get the flavor of a beer without that alcohol. Because what's worse than, so what's that, Chris? You got a little chuckle?
Please,
I have an idea where you're going. Go ahead.
Well, I hope it's not the fire pit because alcohol and fire do not mix well.
No, they don't.
And so a safe camping trip might mean a 0% powdered alcohol where you can get all the flavor and none of the fire.
But do remember, if you're going to take a picture of said product beside a fire pit, don't steal the picture. Okay?
And make
Just
sure
like some other person did with Tyler's beer.
Make sure you dance over the fire.
I actually throw a lawn chair on it, perhaps, and then try to jump over it. But that's beside me.
I think that almost everybody here has a story about somebody dancing on fire.
And probably the same somebody.
Quite possibly.
But the brewery does have plans to scale up production and introduce alcoholic versions as well.
So I'm curious to how that would work.
I have no clue. I'm not a scientist.
Well, it might be through their unnamed technology partners that might be able to help with that.
It's true. Now, as mentioned, the biggest benefits of the powder beer is the size, the weight, and therefore transportation costs. The powdered version can be shipped at only 10% of the weight of conventional beer. So, shipping costs obviously would be extraordinarily less.
Yeah.
But I wonder what that looks like in the alcohol form. Because we're not really comparing apples to apples on that, right? Like if you're going to get a beer that's delivered to your house, you're getting it because it's got alcohol in it. In this instance, it would not. So I want to know what that looks like.
And maybe they don't know yet.
That's quite possible. Yeah. So this is revolutionary. There's some changes that are happening here. It'd be interesting to see how this kind of plays itself out. I think, again, with technology and science behind it, the trajectory of this is it could be very possible. We could be looking at like mRNAs, like you go to war and you get yourself a nice little beer with you.
Yeah, we could be looking at a great invention, or we could be looking at something that's probably not going to hit the market either.
Just a complete flop.
Yeah.
Well, the brewery does anticipate a lot of skepticism from beer drinkers.
Maybe this is just like a publicity stunt for the brewery.
I don't think you'd be putting that much time and effort into it.
I mean,
it's a lot of cost.
Would those unnamed technology partners be interested in doing it for just a publicity stunt? Right?
Like, could you imagine showing up there and saying, "Hey guys, listen, we love what your product is. We're going to do a nice beer collab with you. Okay, we want to do a craft beer connoisseurs powdered beer.
Oh, love it.
Like, honest, like, how do you sell that?
My thinking is, imagine going to the brewery and like, hey, can I get your hazy IPA? And they give you an IPA glass with water in it and just
With a shaker cup? With a shaker cup? Is it a shaker
Or
bottle?
a spoon, and you just stir it up.
like,
It's interesting. It's
like
a
more
different concept.
Ovaltine, please. Is pretty much what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I'll take 1 pint of Metamucil and 1 pint of your finest sour beer. You know what? If they pull it off, though, again, like your cost reduction is substantially less. But I do wonder what the quality of that beer is going to be like. So, that being said, is this something that you would try? Do you think you would enjoy it? Where do you kind of sit on the concept alone?
I mean, beer-wise, I'll try anything once.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Sure.
Just to see what it's like. I don't think I'm going to like it, per se.
It's hard to say, right? Like, I don't even know what it might taste like.
Here's my thoughts. I just want to put this 2 cents in here. Let's say you get the powder, just like what you would get, in the States, in terms of like the powder like crushes. So what I do with the powdered crush is I put it in water and then put it in the soda stream and then carbonate it. So is this going to be like a soda stream thing, like where you're putting the powder in the water and then carbonating it?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I hate to do this, but you raise in a very
Good point.
good point.
Yeah.
Is what happens? Maybe there's like a carbonation tablet, which we've seen before,
Right.
that gets dropped into it. Brett, that is a very good point to consider, because are you having flat beer the whole entire time?
Exactly.
Yeah, you would think not a non-alcoholic flat beer, not super appealing.
This guy, I did not have Brett pegged for this.
Wow.
But
I know how to use a soda stream. What can I say? I know the process behind it.
so the one thing that I think about too is, like, again, what kind of variety of beer are you just doing? Like a general lager? Is there different kind of beers that you can have with this? Yeah, I'm curious about what that looks like.
I think it would have to be something like a lager, something that's not, it probably wouldn't make sense with an IPA, for example, where it's very hoppy. I don't think that would really translate well with the powder, right? Once you turn it into powder.
Yeah. I think you're doing more lager, maybe a stout.
Yeah, maybe a stout.
It's
Pilsner.
again, the carbonation of it. And I don't know about you guys, but historically, like if I've had like a Mio or a Crystal Light,
Yeah.
I don't want to be specifically out there with my water bottle and figuring out exactly 500 milliliters
Right.
to the mix, right? Like I'm eyeballing it. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
like
for
I
sure.
feel like that'd be an inconvenience to be like, okay, I need to get 500 milliliters of water per each, I don't know, capsule or
Right.
each bag or
Package,
package.
whatever.
Because if you mix that up, you're going to either have a beer that's almost tastes too heavy maybe, or tastes too light.
Right. 100%.
It's going to be all in the instructions in terms of how to use it eventually, if it ever makes its way to Canada.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I'm kind of like you, Brett. Like, I would definitely try it if I had the opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. I'd try it.
But I would be shocked if it became something that would be part of my, regular beer drinking routine.
I'd be very shocked if it became part of my regular beer drinking routine for sure.
Yeah. But you know what? We're craft beer connoisseurs. We'd almost be doing an injustice,
A disservice.
and
for sure.
disservice to everybody if we did not try it.
Why don't we ask Aiden, would you try it? Yeah, 100%.
And you know what? If it ever makes its way to Canada, I'm sure that for whatever producer we're going to have, we can make that into a producer special.
Yeah,
Right?
Okay.
Non-alcoholic or alcoholic.
sure.
Yeah. I guess it depends if you're doing some kind of dry month or not.
I think just in terms of what's going to get shipped here.
I don't think it's going to come across the ocean.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I would be surprised if this kind of really takes off.
Yeah. Very niche. Any other final thoughts?
I don't think so.
I'm okay. Tyler, you?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
So that's going to be it for today's producer special.
Thank you again for listening. Keep on listening every other Thursday as the Craft Beer Connoisseurs release a new episode, and on our off Thursdays for these unique producer specials.
And remember to drink responsibly and don't drink and drive.
So that is going to be it from all of us and the producer, Aiden. I'm Tyler.
I'm Brett.
And I'm Chris.
And together, we're the Craft Beer Connoisseurs.